It's chilly today.
Yeah,
Just a little bit.
yeah. We're nice and live here on Geekgasm. Boy, oh boy, isn't it a fun day? Isn't it a fun Wednesday to be here with you live here on Geekgasm?
I would hope so.
We're live.
We listen, guys. This show, I should run the intro with the disclaimer. I'm going to run the intro with the disclaimer.
Oh, okay. It's going to be one of those. Go for it.
Here's the intro. Here we go.
Warning and disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this live feed are those of the guests, speakers, and or hosts, and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs, official policies, ethics, or positions of the content providers, advertisers, additional hosts, and or guests, hosting sites, groups, or entities attached to this programming. Viewer discretion is advised.
And so much so, I ran that because it's gonna get dicey tonight's.
We love the dicey. Come on.
Varian only teased me with a little bit of information that we had an email that was coming in, and he did not want to read it.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
And you didn't want to read it. That must be something.
No. yeah. So, hi everybody. My name is Varian Grant. I am the owner, founder, all that good shit of INDIE Media LLC, and this is Geekgasm. I am joined by Randy Zimmerman. Hey, Randy, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's working.
He's working hard.
Yeah, I'll be working, so I'll be close to the camera today.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
And we got the host Meredith Logren and Daphne Lage here.
Co-piloting.
Co-piloting. Lola's still on furlough.
We're trying to get her back on here with at least the shoe cam.
You have to get her goddess chair in sooner. That's what.
We're trying to work that out. Here's the thing. I'll let you ladies introduce yourselves first. Go ahead. All right.
Well, okay. I'm Meredith Logren. I am the associate editor over at Geek Insider, as well as the executive producer of the Geek Insider podcast. It is a pleasure to be here. I am not Lola, the indie princess. She will be coming back pretty soon, we hope. We miss her shoe cam. I'm waiting for the platform shoes with the light up and maybe a goldfish in there. I don't know. We'll see. But Daphne.
Yes, I am also not Lola. Hi, everybody. My name is Daphne Lage, and I am a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I am the artist of the funny animal fantasy comic Tall Tales and the fantasy drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, premiering on Kickstarter January 4th, 2021. You can check out my work and sign up for updates. Oh, warning everybody, new website we're all learning today, egoworks.com, EGOWORKS.com, which is my main portfolio site and where you can read Eagle Raven for free and check it out before the Kickstarter goes live. You can.
Why are you doing that?
Huh?
Why are you doing that?
Because I have 5 issues just lying around.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I might as well share it with the world because it's like until the first full color issue comes out remastered.
Remastered. I love it.
Yeah.
Everyone's stepping the game up. We had a young man on last night who
yeah. I wanted to grab him and put him in a pouch like Baby Yoda and go, come on, let's go hunt Bert Hogarth books together.
I was watching in the side and I was behaving myself. I only got explicit after he left.
Yeah.
No. It's like you guys were like this close to being on an FBI list somewhere.
But everyone was beaming with parental pride. It was weird. We're like, look at him go. Look at him go. We all felt like proud parents. And then or the horrible the Funkles who were like here kid, here's a beer. Don't tell your dad.
That would be me. I did that with my kids.
Yes. Like, here's a bit
We're
of
all the horrible aunts and
It's like,
aunties,
shh.
yeah.
but uncles and aunties.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So here's the thing. Okay.
Okay.
I got an email. It was the email was sent to Indie Vault. But I'm like, I'm not gonna discuss this on Indie Vault. And then I thought, wait a minute, Geekgasm is the perfect place for this email.
Because it's absolutely disgusting, right?
and yeah, because absolutely, and here's the thing. I went back to verify. I said, are you real? Are you legitimate? Are you a real person? I can confirm this is a real person.
Oh boy.
And she wanted, this out there.
Oh, okay. So this time it's from a she. Okay. So now so we're equal opportunity disgusting comments.
Yeah. Right. So should I put? Well, I can't put it all in the. Oh yeah, I can. Well, no, I can. Yeah, I guess I can. I can put. I'm gonna put it in the private chat.
Oh boy.
I gotta put it in the private chat in pieces though.
Oh no.
But that's fine. That's fine. Here we go. All right. All right. So yeah. And you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to read it out loud, or should you want me to read it out loud?
You can read it. Yeah, you guys can read it out loud. Whichever one of you wants to read it.
Okay. I'll take a gander at it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh my God.
I'm telling you. Yeah. I'm telling you right now. Meredith was like, dodge the bullet.
It's like, okay.
All right. Well, if you want to read the first half, and I can read the second.
She's not the Kathy Bates character from Misery, is she?
I like the way it starts.
Right. Okay. So it's all okay. So it's pretty much all downhill from here. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna hit it. All right. First started watching your shows and channel when a client of mine shared on Facebook that he was making an appearance a few weeks back. You are all pretty fucking funny, and I appreciate the wit, banter, and heart you guys display. It is a breath of fresh air considering some of the more self-indulgent, important, look at me talk for an hour pop culture fare out there. I started out as a cosplayer, and I'll admit, having just knowledge of Sailor Moon and X-Men from the movies, I was looking to make hold on. Yeah, it broke up in a weird place.
Is that a quilt?
Oh, yeah. I was looking to make a quick come up. I tried boothing a few times at shows, selling 8x10 prints of myself as characters and offering $40 instant Polaroids. But that's uber expensive, especially the 8x10 prints, because while there's a CVS or Walgreens on almost every corner in every state, 8x10 glossies are expensive if you're getting them down while you wait. It was during one of the poorly attended redacted by variant shows redacted, where I lamented poetically about, oh my God, how long is this thing? Give me a minute. Where I lamented
poetically about my take. Yeah.
My take for that show. An artist who I've come to know over various shows sought to cheer me up and offered to buy me and my bestie a pizza later that night if I joined him for dinner. We gladly accepted, and it was during that dinner that another artist perhaps playfully propositioned me. I'll spare you the details, but it's been 5 years and I've made easily over 600K, because, best revenge is your paper. With just creative talent. I very rarely date fans as I'm discreet, and I feel more at ease with the professional creatives, 98% of which are really super down to earth and chill guys who I've come to look at more as family, more so than clients. We talk, they confide in me about things going on at home with their families, wives, children, projects, and more, some still texting during the quarantine. I find myself worried about their mental well-being a lot. Mental well-being. A lot of creatives need the release I was able to provide them when we dated. I miss them, and sometimes I just wish that pundits, much like yourselves, would recognize our contributions and how the shutdown of cons has affected my bottom line as well. Being unable to do no more than 5 shows this year has really put a stranglehold on my finances, and I'm praying that we can all get back to boothing at shows again next year, happy and healthy. Oh, and we're joined by the Indie Princess. Hello.
Princess.
She can't talk, but she's like, I guess I guilted her enough. Can I get how are you feeling? Thumbs up?
I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
it's more of a commentary than an actual question. I guess it's like she enjoys our nonsense, and we're all looking forward to getting back into the convention scene.
You know what she is, though, don't you?
She finds our nitwittery amusing.
Yes, absolutely.
But you know what she is.
She's a cosplayer.
Well, I don't know if she's clearing that much.
A soiled
with
dove,
just
perhaps?
creative talent.
You know what? Make that coin. If they pay and you pay.
It has worked.
Daphne's like, you gotta get the bag. You gotta get the bag somehow.
I can't judge. It's like, make that coin. It's rough out there.
It's legal in Vegas.
It just, what is up, Total Excellence? Hello. The only thing that's dicey is if D&D is related. Nice having any limited that can hook me up with a hat and a few pins. The hat I got from a rest stop. I'll be honest. It was a
I'm sure once
station.
you get past a certain line, that's irregular.
It was a gas station just north of Gaylord, Michigan, as he was traveling back home. From way up the north, you know.
Heather Trucker says, "Hey everyone, hey Heather."
Hey Heather.
Exit Studio says, "Was there a middle of some extracurricular activities after showroom house?" Yes, there was. And Grant Lankard, hello Grant.
Heyo.
Yeah,
it seemed like there was a lot of dating going on, which you know what, good for you.
So she says that she dates the creatives.
Yeah,
she dates the creatives, and we know what the date means. It means that.
Now we don't want to.
You don't have to get into the fine details.
But
here's dating.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pow pow chicka wow wow.
I've been told. I was asked very angrily by an artist once. Varian, why in the F do you always bring your wife to Comic-Cons? That letter's why. That letter is why I always remember.
Who would complain about you bringing Lola to Comic-Cons?
Because the problem is, if Lola comes to me for Comic-Con, comes to Comic-Con with me, and she meets some guy's wife, and they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we're super close friends. It's cool." Okay. And then 2 conventions later, you're over there. He's hugged up with another woman. She's got her phone out like.
That's going to happen regardless.
I've been told though, like, why do you bring your wife? Don't bring your wife to Comic-Cons. And I'm like, who else am I trusting my money? I trust her with my money. I mean, I shouldn't, but I do. She's, she'll take it and spend it. But you only made $200 today, sweetheart. Got this extra money over here in my pocket. You don't need that. But yeah.
That's Lola doing that to him.
It is. It's not the other way around. It's me getting beat up. I don't know if
wow. There's some creative talent out there that's making some bank.
Well, good for them. Good for them.
Well, I mean, it depends on how many people. Look,
so what was it that
no matter how you slice it, there's still some creative talent out there that's making some bank.
Yeah.
As long as it's not my husband and little Johnny's wrapped, you go do you, girl.
Right. Yeah, it's work is work.
Work is work.
I don't know what to say.
Yes.
Work is work, but are we not? Like she says, she wishes that pundits. By the way, that's the first time I call it pundit.
I just want to. I don't know if I should even say this.
Do it.
I just want to say it's refreshing to get an email from somebody who has their head screwed on straight about what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
very unapologetic.
And
It's
that
just-
I've seen the opposite so many times coming
Yeah.
from shows where guys go up and hit on girls and tell them the exact same description that she has here, wants to buy them pizza, wants to tell them about their home life, wants to, and
needs a shoulder to cry on.
and needs a shoulder to cry on and talk to, and it's gone in a completely opposite direction,
Right.
to the point where the girl becomes a quivering mass of emotional jello.
Well, yeah.
And they are, in my opinion, horribly mentally abused.
Mhm.
And it's refreshing to see somebody out there who has a grasp of the situation and has
She owns it.
and she owns it. Yeah, has her mental ducks in a row and is able to provide this service.
Yeah. It's just refreshing to not get
Was
an
that
email.
wrong? I used the wrong metaphor about ducks. Is that?
Yeah. It's kind of refreshing to just get a nice positive email instead of like, why you comic bitches all sluts? It's kind of refreshing.
We used to say that about us choir girls.
Yeah. It's
Because quite frankly, I stopped staying at hotels, and I haven't done a whole lot of long distance conventions because of some of the debauchery that would happen at these shows. But that was decades ago. And the last 10 years, I've been doing the Flint Comics paper, so all I do are little local Michigan shows, and very rarely am I staying overnight at a hotel or one
right. Yeah. I mean,
shows. But yeah.
Because it's like the last time I remember even being at a show where those type of parties were an issue, and that was like a furry con years ago.
Yeah,
Those
conventions are usually not comic conventions; they're
Exactly.
science fiction and gaming conventions. Yeah,
I have a question, Lola. I know you can't talk. First of all, the shoe cam is there. You can't really see it, but the shoe cam is there.
That's because her shoes aren't flashing today. Sorry, guys.
Lola,
those are like 10-inch heels or something crazy.
Yeah.
You might have to get a flashlight or something to shine down there. So that folks, there you go.
There we go. Oh wow!
I'm telling
Look
you,
at
those are like weapons.
Well,
yeah, like single white female.
I wonder does the young lady who wrote that letter wear those? Anyway,
besides the shoe cam is sponsored by IndieCron.com.
It is.
So we have to please that sponsor and make sure the lighting down there is proper.
Yeah. Well, Lola, what do you think? I mean, she said she started off as a cosplayer and then she just drifted into the line of work that she's in now, the service industry.
Right. The customer facing.
Yeah.
Customer service.
Non-retail.
Yeah. Lola, how do you feel about this? Is that customer service? Is that
I still would think that would be upscale customer service.
Yeah, well, she did say she's cleared 600,000.
That's what I'm looking at and going, whoa.
Yeah. Grant says this episode rated NC-17.
We're trying not to.
Grant, this episode is rated TVMA DLSV.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
XSG Studio says those who do cons know the drama of some booth babes. Yeah.
Well.
Daniel Caliban says, "Hey, Daniel, how's it going?"
Hey.
XSG says, "Variance correct. I usually am. I bring my fiance to shows just to keep that stuff from happening. You will be surprised who may ask for the high-end products to be nice." Yeah. XSG says, "I agree, Randy." Heather says, "Very neat to know Zeta knows how to open the door now." Other girls, that little girl is growing so quickly. She started to look just like her mother. Matter of fact, Lola brought it to my attention the other day how big all these kids are getting. I feel like
before you know it, they'll be doing like 10 issues of a comic in 6 months.
Yeah.
Noah.
Yeah. Buddy Lord says, "Yo, peoples, toss a coin to your Witcher." Now I gotta watch that episode again.
Veil plenty.
Welcome back, Lola. She's just making she's making just a guest appearance. That's the guest appearance, but she can't talk yet. See,
Right.
it's not like her jaw's wired shut, but right now she doesn't sound that good.
She doesn't want to move those jaws anyway.
Yeah. Tonight the part will be employed by Molly Maitland. Is that her name? Marlene Maitland. Marley Maitland. That's how she sounds when she talks right now. Yeah,
I know.
it's pretty bad. And Grant Linkert, they ready to discover his face. Grant says the story reminds me of a story my friend told me. He met a cosplay girl at a convention. She started hitting on him. They went on a date and she kept answering texts from clients. He finally asked her what type of clients they were, and he wished he hadn't. I might have employed her at one point.
Really?
It's like, I might have employed her at one point. See, Randy knows how some of the girls I've employed from time to time. One girl told me before, she says, "This is going to be great for my job," and I'm like, "What do you get traveling with us?" And she's like, "Oh no, I can go like on Backpage." This is like 10 years ago. She's like, "I can go on Backpage and I can let people know I'm coming to this city and to book me in advance." And I was like, "I'm not understanding what you mean.
I am not your taxi service." That's what you should have said.
And then she explained to me, and I was like, "You's a hoe."
No.
Well, I didn't say it like that, but I was like, "You want me to do what?" Grant says, I bring my wife to conventions because she attracts guys to our booth. Yeah, and I do that. Sometimes it backfires. Like one guy found her and started calling at 4:00 in the morning, like, "How you doing?"
Wow. You gotta shut that off Facebook. I don't
Just do modern day anime cons. That stuff happens more often than you think. So see, maybe that's the problem. I'm shocked by it because I'm doing Comic Cons, not that many anime cons.
Are you really shocked by it?
I told you I did a show in Columbus like that one time.
I'm just shocked. I think I'm shocked at her openness about it.
They had an entire floor. They checked your license as you got off the elevator. And if you weren't old enough, they turned you right back around.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those, yeah.
That whole floor was filled with some wonderful debauchery.
Meredith, what do you think? Do you think the young lady, does she have a point? Are we not looking at like she says that art creatives need release? Now, not the female creatives. Screw you guys.
No, she didn't say that.
And she did not say that. She did not say that.
She didn't say that.
She did say clients. So it could be either way.
It could be equal opportunity. So we don't know.
I just have to say, if she's clearing 600 a year doing conventions, then there's obviously people out there that need and desire her service.
Yeah.
It's like that's. I mean, it's like I don't understand. So what's making you flabbergasted, Marion? The
600
fact that
600K. Yeah, 600K. I need a loan. I'm in the wrong one.
I know. That's like my house that was 10 times over.
Yeah, I thought that was really high. Because I know how much the mainstream pays by the page.
Well, I think she was saying that she's made 600K since she started.
Okay.
Yeah, because it says it's been 5 years and I've made easily over 600K.
Oh, okay.
I
didn't read that right. I was thinking 600 a year, and I'm like,
whoa. When you
screech. But yeah,
that's 100,000 a year.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
so it's over 100,000 a year.
In my mind, that's a lot more obtainable, and very much more realistic.
So variant.
But say 120 a year.
Is the honesty the thing that's shocking to you?
Maybe
because I wish more people would actually.
I would think so too.
Honest,
yeah,
let's have those conversations. Because a lot of people, unfortunately, spouses often can't even talk to each other about the things that they want. Why do they have? So they go to strangers.
Yeah.
Because it's like the judgment-free zone.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to take my mail-outs
and it's like, look, and it's just, it's a transactional thing, no fuss, no muss.
It's a consent. It's a consent thing.
No one's farting in the bed next to you, thing.
Yeah.
And so much better to be doing this than to be really mind-fucking some young woman who can't mentally take it. And who gets fed the story and totally
My wife doesn't understand me.
believes the whole line of bull, and ends up literally losing their mental state over it,
You know, I mean, it's like
it is. I think it's the honesty that bothers me, and
but
it's
also, why does the honesty bother you?
Why should the honesty bother
yeah,
you?
exactly.
because I've been trained to think that that's horrible. Like, oh my gosh, you're prostituting at the con. You can't do that. And creators are buying this.
And you know what? That's probably not even remotely what she's thinking.
Yeah, that's true. It's the commentary is vague. We're probably completely assuming.
It's probably more of an
Here's the other
advisory
thing.
escort kind of a relationship.
The other thing is that, when you're at a con and you have a vendor's table, I'm sorry, you're all hookers. Y'all are.
It's like
Come buy my stuff.
Right, yeah. It's like if you think that there's a difference with what she does and what we're doing, it's because you have
Lola's camera just vibrated really hard. It was like
you got a point. I mean, but here's the thing. I put scantily clad girls, including Lola, at my booth, and then I walk away.
You's a pimp.
Yeah. And then I come back because I get corner booths. I come back to the corner where my money at. I get my money and I go. And it really is bad. But at the same time, I always try to watch the girls. I tell the girls, hey, look, I don't care what you do. If you like that guy over there and you want to go spend the night with him, that's completely fine. It's up to you. But, don't bring the police to my door. And it's worked out somewhat so far. But I guess it's the openness of it and then wondering how, how much it, like not how much he charges, but how is it festering? Am I not looking under the right places? Like, am I missing out too?
I was going to say, are you upset you're not getting a cut?
Yeah, am I missing out?
Have you ever disappear and a heel and variance back in a moment?
Yeah, exactly. I see the shoe just bounce off his head.
Because we had talked off camera of another comic company that you knew that was like a publishing bordello.
Yeah. And then those girls up front. But I thought that was just a Detroit thing. Because I'm like,
why would you think that's just a Detroit thing?
Because they're from Detroit and the girls are very 7 miles.
They're in your backyard. Thus, you think it's only local.
Yeah, I thought but that's some Detroit shit. That's some, hey man, I'm gonna have these booth girls and they're gonna be selling comics, but the shit comics gonna be shitty.
Wow.
What they're gonna be buying is his ass. That's what I thought. I didn't think there would be some industrious young lady out there who would be like, you know what?
Look, it's like all I know is that you're giving the entirety of our listening audience a very distorted view as to what to expect at conventions.
Oh, we've talked about this in the past. 10, 20, even 30 years ago, the majority of those conventions were all male. And if there was a girl walking through, a woman walking,
like unicorn.
Yeah.
Unicorn. Yeah.
Corals.
Yeah, she always glowed, and we're like, look, woman. That's why you get that stereotype of the guy, the comic book dude sitting in their parents' basements going, girls, the Beavis and Butthead type attitude. And when luckily the conventions have evolved beyond that, at least we hope they have, to a large extent. And, we're a lot more of a diverse and mixed audience.
Actually, see this, I wish some people would talk about what's happening in these cons. Stop wiping it under the rug. I didn't know it was happening. I didn't know it was that.
Listen, I can't believe you're that naive.
But the thing is, though, it's like, what difference does it make if it is happening at a convention? I mean,
my biggest thing is, hey, this actor
you haven't done any gaming cons, have you?
No.
You haven't done a furry con.
I did a video game show.
No, video game shows, little kids.
No, what are you talking about? The video game shows are where the money's at. $800,000
from their parents.
No, we're talking about actual.
That's the stereotype comic book guy now. The dude that's socially inept that sits in the basement playing the video game off of the controller.
We're talking about MLG gaming. We're not talking about.
Then they're more tied up in they're more. They got all hand-eye coordination that they need. So
when you talk about those, I'm like, well, no, MLG gaming. Yeah, I mean, like those shows. Where you're talking about tabletop gaming.
No, I'm talking about role-playing gaming. With masquerade ball with adult floors and
Dragon Con.
Dragon Con's a good example.
Yeah, I've never done I've done anime shows and there's been furries there, and there's been furries from Comic Cons. But
I think it was Marcon in Columbus. I don't even know if that convention goes on anymore because the last time I was there, I swore I'd never go back. But they had cleaned up their act and decided they were going to be a family friendly show. But there was a time when there was, like I said, you got off the elevator. They didn't care how old you looked. They checked your ID and then they stamped the back of your hand and told you to go have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that's usually what you did. I walked through and saw a few demonstrations that I'll never forget.
Grant says, why do you think she targets comic book conventions specifically? Well, I think in her letter, she stated she started off as a cosplayer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
she was selling photos and Polaroids.
Yeah, that's what she knows, and that's why she goes there. And she said something else that we've all said. It kind of becomes a family. Because you're going around so much, you see the same people.
Well, a lot of times in your area, in your region. Yeah.
Like there were times where I didn't even know Eric was doing the show, but he'd be there. And so, he'd just show up and there's Eric. So if I know that if I need change, that's somebody I can ask. He was always there. So you start to you see these people and you constantly see them over and over and over and over again. I think it was the first time that I realized that. Oh, go ahead.
And I was going to say, if it's if it's something where you're kind of going around the same circuit, you have that familiarity,
right? You have the regulars. Regulars are safer.
And with benefits, or see it, same time next year.
Yeah.
Simba says, I've never been to a con. Now I want to go.
It's not based on this information.
No.
Hey,
you know how porno gets the plumber to the house in 5 minutes? It never happens.
Is that a pepperoni in your pocket, or are you happy to see me? Yeah.
You know what's funny is that somebody's gonna watch this show the day before they go to a con, and they're gonna walk up to some female artists and say, look, I don't know how this works, but if I buy that piece of art there, meet me in the bathroom in 20. Watch and see.
Oh, geez.
Thanks, Indie Volt. You got me in trouble. You got me kicked up the show. I can never go back.
That's not our fault. We recommend, we throw our warning labels up.
And then that's when we get the nasty emails.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
The angry mobs again.
Yeah.
I sent my kid to a show anyway.
Grant says, I tell my son all the time that he's lucky to be growing up in this day and age. Because when I was in high school, no girls would talk to a guy who read comic books.
Yes.
Maybe 1 in 100 comic readers are female, and they always only read Sandman.
No,
my yearbook, senior year, they've got a shot of me sideways because I was the odd guy in school. Had a tackle box filled with art supplies sitting there drawing comics in the study hall. And with the title underneath, it's a bird, it's a plane, ... it's Randy.
You showed me that picture.
I did.
Yeah.
Because I was but at the same time, during the commencement speech, they singled me out as the guy who always did what he wanted to do. Here's a guy. We got a guy here that sits in the study hall and draws comics all day, and he's going to grow up to be a big time artist. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Even back then, I was cynical. Yeah.
But Buddy says advisory escort, and then he says my favorite stream. Hey, then you were flying today on the road, man. He did a live stream, and he does these driving streams.
Who?
And did he? He does these. He does driving streams.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
He'll be talking about his day. And today's video is actually pretty interesting. But
see the guy, I watched a stream from him that was about 20-30 minutes long. He had to pull off, and thankfully he did while he was driving, because he got so heated on a rant. And all he does is show his traffic. He doesn't show himself.
Yeah.
So I gotta get him.
If he turns the camera around, shit got real.
Okay.
If he turns the camera on himself,
I hear you.
it is real. Now he's
slowly connecting the dots.
Yeah.
The dots, Denny. Pardon me. Yeah.
Buddy says, when I get a Sins at a booth, I am totally paying Mal to run around the con with some comics and bring them to the table. See, that'll get you yelled at, but yeah, I mean,
yeah, well,
and them equals paying customers.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
I will say this, she is industrious, and I'm glad she's being safe. And I sad to see her bottom line be affected. She did mention, she said, my bottom line is affected. I'm not making as much money.
Well, that's everybody.
Everybody's bottom line is affected. And now I'm worried about next year, because I'm watching conventions already canceled for next year, deep into 2021, and I'm like going, dude, please, that's not no. That's so going to be so disheartening.
I would at least think that like some June on would be more optimistic, because I'm seeing a lot of events canceling just 2021 in general. I'm like going no.
Yeah,
like don't know. No.
I mean, I have to say that a lot of them, especially the larger ones, they have to find the sponsorship again, and a lot of people are recovering. So I mean, the first thing to go is probably their advertising budget. So how much can they spend?
It's going to take everybody years to recover from this, because of the way that the shutdowns were so botched.
Yeah. Also, it's like insurance companies are probably giving them hell too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And a couple things I didn't think would be affected. But so for some reason, the T-Mobile by my house was closed. They've been closed all week. They have not opened. So they're in, they might be in trouble.
No, that's the hassle now. Somebody pops up in a business that's positive. The whole business shuts down for 2 weeks. Everybody stays home. That nobody still has decided to start looking into the possibility of false positives.
Well, that's weird. Yeah.
And I live on a major. I live on a major road, and so all it is malls and restaurants, and it's so eerie driving down the street, because there's like all the restaurants are closed.
Scary. Yeah.
It's like Daphne said. Like
they've got people that are losing their franchises.
Yeah. So they years for us to bounce back.
Like we were reading today about there was a restaurant in the Thumb that lost their Big Boy franchise because they decided to defy the orders. So Big Boy said, if you're going to do that, you can't be a Big Boy restaurant, because you have to abide by state law. And they said, okay, we're not a Big Boy restaurant anymore. We're going to try to survive.
Well,
I mean, but see, I can argue that too, because if it is not actually state law, it is a mandate, it is a recommendation.
No, I'm sorry, the court came through just today and ruled that it was a state law.
Oh, really?
Yeah, our Supreme Court did, yes.
Oh, man.
Because we already had, the governor went through, and she was crazy. And there was when they first started restrictions.
You've got Whitmer.
Yes. And this was this crazy line. You can do this. You can't do that. You can't buy seeds. And it didn't make logical sense. And it threw a lot of people over the edge. They're like, what? We can't do what? Yeah. We're in America. We're in America.
See,
we're going to protest.
I would say that is a good case for civil disobedience, they
class tried
action
that.
Lawsuits.
Yeah, they tried that. They had a barber in Owasso that decided he was going to stay open.
And there's like a really wild comment on the screen right now.
All right, so
my friend from Norway was telling me when she was 13, her friend took her to a gaming convention that was like a 3-day stay. 3-day stay awake the whole time event. And if a girl fell asleep, they were off and raped.
Right. It's like, okay.
No.
Oh, I would hate to, it's like I would hate to think that that's a common thing at conventions too.
Let's hope. Let's hope not. That's a bunch of lawsuits waiting to happen. No matter what country you're in.
When I was younger, and Denny might have heard of this too, when I was younger, I can never say the name. What is it? Hide it, and get it. Something. Hide it, go get it, go, something like that. It's a game. I can't pronounce it, but it's where okay, the girls all go and hide, and the boys have to find them. And when you find the girl, you're allowed to do things. And that was the game. Yeah, see, Lola knows about it.
Never been part of that game.
Stephanie's face during the whole thing. I'm sorry. What is it, Lola? Yeah, she told me about it, but I thought it was just my generation to play. I never played it. I never played it because none of the girls were cool enough.
I don't know. In my generation, it was like 7 minutes in heaven. You know that we were all in a closet.
Yeah. No, ours.
I'm hoping that game is consensual. I really do.
That's it. It has to be, and everybody of consenting age.
Well, I imagine if the girls go hide, the boys have to find them. It's whatever boy finds, and you walk in, you know the rules, baby.
I'm hiding in the closet.
Come and get me.
Yeah.
You got 7 minutes, baby. What can you do?
While I got some money, give me this what you got. Yeah, lastcallcomics.com is mine. I can put it up, and then you guys can type your.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have a link to let me see if I can get this thing to work. Paste.
There's mine.
There we go. Yeah, my pre-launch page for my Kickstarter in January is finally available.
There it is. I'm gonna share that in the.
So sign up, and Kickstarter will send you a direct email when my Kickstarter goes live.
And
Stinch says, saying hi. I'm still wrestling with the exam.
Hey, Stitch.
Hey.
We hope you're healthy, buddy.
Yeah. And Stinch, you go back and watch this episode. And oh man. Oh, by the way, too.
No more catching 17th century diseases.
Yeah. Karen must be talking about how I go get it. Yeah. I'd
go get it.
Yeah. And that was the game. And if my son ever plays it, I'll kill him. Yeah, man, we're gonna play how I go. We're gonna play how I go get it. It's like, what?
Puberty.
Yeah. It was quite the game when I was a kid. Quite the game. And everybody tried to find, like, there's the one girl who no one ever wanted to find. She probably makes it like
everything's gotta suck.
Don't go over there. Lisa's hiding behind the sofa. I see her ass sticking out right there, so you don't.
Stop talking about me, Varian. You suck.
Like, we see you, Lisa. Nobody wants it. Lisa smells like wet, like peanut butter sandwich.
Oh my God. Leave the
chicken wing fell out from under her alone.
Did you say a chicken fell from under her?
Let's not go there.
Visual occlusion.
Occlusion.
I don't know what's wrong with my oculation. Is that even a word?
Oculation.
Yeah. It is on YouTube. We're on YouTube as well.
Yes.
On the Indie Vote YouTube. But go over there, like, subscribe, please.
Where we aspire to be demonetized officially.
Especially this episode.
Someday.
This episode.
Yeah.
This episode will get us demonetized. Okay, so I got a question. Everybody on this stream is married. Knowing apparently that release and relief is easily attainable at a con, are you a little worried about sending your husband to a con alone? We'll start with Meredith, a voice of reason.
Oh, my husband is like the most dedicated guy. He actually went across the state to visit up with his dad, and they were at like the Tilted Kilt or something like that, because his father came down from New York, and he was with a bunch of golf buddies, and they were all there. They're drinking beer. They're all like kind of drooling, and he's there like, "Hey guys, I haven't seen you in like 2 years." Blah blah blah. He's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And they're like, "Girls," and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll have a beer." It's just I have no worries.
Yeah. I've been to Tilted Kilt. was great. I didn't realize what it was, and I walked in there, and I was like, oh, and then my dumb ass, I go back and get my wife, like, you got to come see this. Come on, this is awesome. And she goes there with me, and she's looking too. She's like, that is nice. Like, it is. I want one like that for Christmas. Come on. That's what I was saying. Like, can we bring her home?
I told my boys I would take them to Hooters if they wanted to go, but they were like, "No, that's all right, Ma." I'm like, "All right."
Yeah. Hey.
You know.
I'll tell you this. The first time I went to Hooters, the waitress sat on my lap. She's like, "Hey, hi, can I take your order?" I'm like, here's the tip. I don't even want any chicken. Here's the tip. Daphne, are you concerned?
No, not at all.
Not concerned.
Not at all. I mean, there was one, I think it was New York Comic Con, where I sat next to a bikini girl who was selling 8x10s and and Polaroids. And I swear to God, that woman was the hardest working woman in the entire convention. I have never seen anybody hustle 8x10s as hard as she did. And what's funny is that, like, if she couldn't get somebody to buy an 8x10, she would try, like, if she would see people carrying prints, she would try to sell them those hard cases, the slip cases for prints. I mean, after that weekend, I go, you know what? I swear I'm never going to talk smack about bikini girls at conventions ever again, because this woman was hustling. And then the worst part about it is every freaking gork that she would get to come to her table would be like, ooh, ooh. and they wouldn't spend a dime on her pictures, and she was trying so hard.
Yep.
So so it's like, oh.
You know what? If I had books that had sexy characters in it, I would totally have booth girls there, or dressed up as cosplayers for my characters.
Yeah, I mean,
why not?
What's funny is, like, because I remember when like everybody seemed to have a booth babe, and then I remember when conventions started, like, weaning that out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of weird, because it's like if they stay at the booth, I don't have a issue with that, because they're part of the environment.
Right.
It's when they're like walking around and trying to distract your own customers, and it's like, that's when I kind of have an issue with them. And especially if like they're like the booth babe of somebody who doesn't need one. Like, I remember an artist, I'm not going to mention his name, and he brought his girlfriend, and he brought his girlfriend to a convention with him, and he was in the artist alley, and she took off her coat, and she was wearing the tiniest, like, string bikini, at but there was, like, no reason for him to have her there.
Yeah, I got the dancing.
It's not like he had a booth at an environment. It was just like he was at his table, and then he had, like, his naked girlfriend next to him, and it was just like it was embarrassing. It's like I had secondhand embarrassment watching this.
Did he draw a book everybody would recognize?
If I mentioned his name, you would know who he was, but I'm not.
No, you don't have to mention his name. No.
Yeah, but I don't remember at the time. I don't remember if at the time he was doing anything of note.
Well, here's the thing: when Larry Higgins does that, what you need to do is, I'm just kidding now. No, you know what? I
can't see somebody in a string bikini from Canada. Now without a lot of fur lining.
I'll tell you this: two things. One, Lola in the summertime has a thing about wearing pigtails. I don't know why. Okay. She does pigtails.
Because it keeps the hair off of her head.
The neck. Yeah, you gotta keep the hair away from her.
Pigtails. I remember her walking into Walmart, and it's hot, and she's walking on. She got and this one guy. I remember this guy with this cart. He cleared out this end cap of, like, this stuff. He was staring. He was like, boom, and the end cap went flying, and
it's like a freaking Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah, and I had secondhand embarrassment for
those Tex Avery ones. Yeah.
And then about 2 days ago, we were in Walmart again, and they got the heat set on hell because it's cold here in Michigan. and Lola's like, I'm cold, I'm hot, and she's got this big, huge coat on. She's like, she unzips her coat, and she's got it like hanging like off her shoulders. Well, they're the girls, and I'm watching people as we walk past, and they're like, especially the women, and I'm like, why is every woman giving me that turn? Oh. So they work at comic conventions, though. I want to go to some of these comments here. Stin says, I wear one of the Hooters. I don't want to catch up on my pants.
Oh, Jesus.
John Martin says, I used to be a bouncer, then a manager at a strip club. You see, John.
Yeah, John.
I mean, I've done I've gone to strip clubs quite a few where I've gotten to know the bouncers. It's been really cool. Bouncers are normally the coolest guys. Shout out to
I didn't go to strip clubs until I started doing comics.
Yeah, look what I did to you. You're like, I
didn't start drinking until I started doing comics either.
Shout out to Booth Bates for the thankless duty. John Martin says, I felt this is going to be a Gorilla Milk episode. Yeah, I mean, the one person.
Official sponsor of House of Bob.
Yeah.
Just trying to make up for yesterday because we had a 15-year-old in the room.
Yeah. Was that the Wonder Woman one?
I think so.
Yes,
that's not the Wonder Woman one from Motor City.
No. My story, because she was wearing like a star-spangled bikini.
Oh, okay.
Like she was supposed to be Wonder Woman, but
I was going to say we had a cosplayer at Motor City quite a bit dressed as Wonder Woman, but it was a Wonder Woman.
Yeah, there's always always there's always those.
That was
like
one of
those
those
guys who like to dress up as Sailor Moon and stuff.
Yeah. Freak flag flying kind of things. Yeah.
Grant says, I remember one time I was looking at the girl's art prints and she just do random bikini photos among her art. I thought that was weird.
I think that's kind of weird too. It's like, but the thing is, thanks to Instagram, I'm seeing that more and more, where it's like a lot of artists, the female artists that I would see, not that I'm saying that all of us are like this, but they also side hustle as models.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? You're talented and you're modeling?
I've seen some really good provocative cosplay shots.
Yeah.
There's nothing hotter than a half-naked Daphne from Scooby-Doo. Not Daphne. Sorry, not Daphne. Velma. Velma from Scooby-Doo.
And depending on where you got it, it's like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. Velma's hot.
There's a young lady, Sukisha, who I call Sushi because everyone calls her who knows her. She's an artist, but she's
also not a reflection on her. No, never mind. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's kind of an unfortunate nickname.
Well, but the thing is, she's very, very pretty. And so when she said she was a model, I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. So you're a model and an artist. And now she just dropped a record. And I'm like,
oh, well, there you go. Okay.
Like, it should be illegal to be that talented. It should be illegal.
He says, careful, Randy. I'm watching. That's what I didn't. I'm sorry. I meant Velma. Velma's hot. There we go.
Velma was awakening.
Yeah.
Tough nerd toys. I put the link in the lastcallcomics.com is where you can go to the store on there on the website. Pick up some comics from good old Last Call Comics. So we'll really appreciate it. And then Daphne, put yours back in the
I put it in the private chat. I don't know how
anybody who's tuning in, make sure that you tip the shoe cam here.
Oh yes,
Streamlabs.
Tip generously.
Yeah. Streamlabs.com/indievolt/tips.
Yeah. Help us buy Lola a new tongue so she can speak again. Moppy took her old one.
Maybe some proper lighting for that shoe cam.
Yeah. We're gonna have to get you a. We have to get you a.
We got to get the light up shoes.
Mm-hmm.
That go with the light up chair.
Up chair.
There you go.
And then she just needs a light up scepter and her tiara.
Yep.
Good to go.
Needs to flash a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. She'll be. She'll be fine. There's a couple of people I want to get on the chat. I want to get in here too at some point very soon. A couple other female creators and who aren't doing that. What young lady who wrote in is doing. However, she did say she's listening tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So we weren't. She was worried that we were gonna just pick on her. And
I hope she didn't get that impression.
No,
I
hope
think
not.
this is pretty much a non-judgment. So
You know what's funny
You know?
is that like about like 10 years ago, I would have thought it was weird, but now it's like I'm like, oh, whatever you need to do, honey.
I think most of us are kind of like old and grizzled here, and just
Yeah.
like whatever, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Yeah.
My thing,
You do you.
Yeah.
But my thing is like now I'm trying to figure out like now how can I get her in my employ? Let's see.
Oh boy.
Not as a pimp, but as a, like a, you know.
Oh yeah,
can we- Can we
Yeah.
make a comic out of this? Can we? Can you give me some dirt? You know, which artist is tracing? Which artist is lightboxing? There's some stuff you'll never know in their hotel rooms.
Marion's gonna have a whole other long box.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go there, you might as well get fishbowl shoes for her too. Yeah, Right, John?
Yeah, that's what Meredith said. Get the one with the goldfish and the.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lola showed me. I showed Lola some shoes this afternoon. I asked her. First of all, I got a problem, guys. I want to talk to you. Maybe you guys can tell me the truth. Is it just me?
It's
Yes.
just you.
Because it probably is. It
Yeah.
probably is. But I've warned Lola, I'm a sucker for a particular look.
Mhm.
This
We're
look
all-
here.
that's just part of the mail, you know.
Yeah.
Wow, make sure.
You like Goldie Hawn. It's a Goldie Hawn look, you know
yeah.
Remember, I told you I've been rewatching all of the Rowan and Martin laugh-ins.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
you-
that show.
You probably want to stay away from that program,
Okay. I'm a sucker for that
Mary,
look.
you've never seen that show?
especially with Caden in the house.
Oh my
Unless you
goodness.
make sure if you do watch it, that you're careful.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm a
That is exactly that look.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Goldie
I've-
Hawn in her youth.
I've seen those shoes before. The ones that say tips on the heel. Or the, I've seen those before.
Yeah, those are the new shoes that
Yeah.
I guess Lola wants me to get her, and we'll figure
So
them
chop
out.
chop.
However, she did see these, and I'll show you guys these, and I'm like, really, you want those? And
I'd say that the person I knew that had a pair of those didn't wear them for long because the straps ended up breaking really easy.
Oh
Nah.
well, yeah, that's.
I asked her, she saw these, and
So that's
I'm like,
wow.
that's more like it.
yeah, and I'm like, really, you like these? She's like, yeah, these are cool. Believe it or not, Walmart sells them.
Really?
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, but guess what she wants?
She wants
She
the Louis
wants these.
Vuitton ones.
She wants those.
Oh,
Oh, I would totally wear those.
Yeah.
The black ones.
But yeah.
Really? Okay. You know, that's the kind she wants. That's the kind she'll get. I think they're weird. I don't know. Look, she's already taller than me, and I don't like when she's super taller than me because, you know,
Nothing wrong with that.
I feel really threatened at that point.
Oh,
if you don't like them, Varian, you don't have to wear them.
She makes me wear them when I brought shame to the family or to her. She makes me wear them.
wear my shoes. Wear them.
Yeah.
Put those boots on.
Yeah. It's really quite disheartening. I also like to ask you guys. There was a comment. I'm sorry.
Stinch says I've seen fish tanks on those
Yeah.
soles before. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think that isn't that like illegal now though. Like if you put
Well, if
It's
you
probably
can't put
animal
a real
cruelty.
fish, yeah, you
Yeah.
can't put a real fish in there.
Get little
Now it's like they
seahorses in
do like
there.
acrylic sculptures and things.
Probably get
so.
away with sea monkeys.
Sea monkeys. There you go.
I got a shoe full of shrimp.
yeah, we could definitely do the sea monkeys in there. Although, yeah, could do a sea monkey.
But honestly,
Black.
those boots fit real nice in the latex gear. Yeah.
Oh wow, those are green.
Oh,
I hope
yeah,
do they glow in the dark? They should glow in the dark.
They should glow in the dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
Well, yeah, they do. See,
Yeah.
they got the little square up there in the
Oh
corner.
yeah.
So
You
now
see,
they glow.
then if those were on the shoe cam now, we wouldn't have a problem with the light.
Yeah.
You know what? Lola does this really weird like thing when she's walking in the heels. Like if she wants my attention, she does that stripper thing. Like you guys have been, you've been in strip clubs where strippers drop from the top of the pole and they pow, and they clap the heels real hard. She does that just to
Oh,
get attention when she's wearing heels, and I don't like it. It's like, what does that sound? Why is there a clapboard? I don't like it. Yeah. Well, I mean, you used to dance, so I guess where can they find you at, Mr. Zimmerman?
You can find me on Facebook under Randy Zimmerman. You can find me on Twitter under Randy Zim. I'm not over there very often, but when I do, it's as Randy Zim. You can find me on the Zim Geek channel on YouTube, ZIMMGEEK, where I occasionally put up videos. It's been too long since I put one up. I need to put another one up here real quick. And of course, you can find me here on the Indie Volt Radio Network. Our next show is Thursday morning. Look at that. Scenes from the club. Yeah. You can find us here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And I'll be here as soon as I'm back from the dentist. So
That's right. So I may be there early tomorrow, just for a little while. We'll see how that works.
we'll see how it goes. I should be back in time, but you never know. Plus, I do a show Sunday morning where we talk about the lighthearted and more whimsical side of comics that Daphne very often, if not all the time, helps co-host, called Sunday Funnies. That's also at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Do we have a theme for Sunday?
We have no theme for Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right.
I have absolutely nothing planned.
I'll try to find some books.
We might talk more about the Revolt book that we're all working on, since a lot of that falls into the more lighter side and whimsical side of comics.
Hey, JR says, I couldn't really see, but I'm listening to you guys for the last half hour, still working. Yeah, we just talked about ladies at night in comics and shoes.
And
Yeah.
shoes.
Varian and I have faces made for radio anyway.
Yeah. Meredith, where can they find you at?
Well, you guys can find me at merej99.com or do a Google search for that. And I'm pretty much everywhere that I can possibly sign up with that username. And you can also find me at Geek Insider. Tomorrow night, actually, at 9 o'clock, I have an interview. It's a Geek Speak with Tim English. He is an author and historian, and he has written Lennon 1980 playlist. So if you head over there, this is going to be like the 40th anniversary of John Lennon's death for anybody who's into music and things like that. The day my dad cried. So we have Tim English, and that is going to be tomorrow night. And I actually have a Sunday show that follows Randy's, and it is Sunday Comics Brunch. So right after Randy, we go live, and come sit with us and have a good time.
Cool. You know what? A lot of my sites have been doing that recently. I've been getting the Cialis and Viagra stuff. Happened with Indie Volt, happened with Last Call. I got to go in there and check it out. I think it's a WordPress thing. I'm pretty sure it's a WordPress thing. It's type of exploit, and people want to sell Cialis and Viagra through me. I'm not getting a cut of the profits, so they can send me some free blue diamonds. I'll take those. I'm 38 years old. I'm beginning to experience irregularities. Anyway,
Whatever, Varian. Whatever. Yeah, wait until you're 50.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Listen, I'm Meredith. I'm not gonna see 50. I'm black and I like pork chops. Okay. Do you know how many? Like, seriously, pork chops is the number one killer of black man, right behind guns and FEMA.
Oh my God.
Look it up. It's a fact. Daphne, where can they find you? I'm going to hear about that one tomorrow.
Well, if you prefer fantasy comics instead of glow-in-the-dark shoes, go to EgoWorks, EGOWORKS.com, and TallTalesOnline.com, TAILS online, where you can read both my comics for free and sign up to get regular updates about my upcoming Kickstarters. And this conversation is killing me. If you're also into art tutorials, demos, and the occasional rant/commentary, you can find me also on YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lage Art.
And well, they can't find. We know they can find you, the Indie Princess, the real Indie Princess, on Twitter, I believe. And but they can find you all over. Just look up Indie Princess on Facebook. You'll see her. If you don't see her, you'll see those. They're like there. They're in the picture, I believe. It's been really weird to hear. It's very weird. I don't like it, but you know, that's fine. No voice. She can't talk. Can I have $5? She can't say no. Yeah, she talk a little bit. Pork cutlets. Yeah, say pork cutlets. Do you say pork cutlets? No? Yeah. Grandpa's got knows exactly what I got from Mr. Boondocks line. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So FEMA, thanks for killing everybody. No. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for joining with us, guys. Thanks for being here. Support your local cosplayers because God knows.
It's been a tough year for everybody.
Yeah,
I had a bad trip with my first Viagra test. When they first came out, took the whole pill and almost died. And my meat didn't get hurt at all.
Oh, we're just learning some new vocabulary today.
Tough nerd toys. You didn't feed it with a silver spoon up the nose.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks, Gasmers.
What comedian said there's only
Thanks,
enough
Stitch.
blood in the body to operate one head at a time?
Yes. Yeah, I remember.
You remember
I remember
I
the
couldn't tell you
joke,
which
I
one,
don't
but
remember.
yeah.
I don't remember who said it.
I like the little Dicky line. I think it says I took 35. I'm probably dying soon. It's a rap. He says like I took 35 Viagra. I'm probably dying soon. So let's get this out the way. Let's do this.
Oh my God.
You guys have a great night. Me, Randy, and Daphne will see you tomorrow morning.
Ciao,
and
yes. Bright
have a
and
great
early.
night, everybody. We will see you then. I'll take us out of here with
Take
this.
care, everybody. Stay healthy.